Hello everyone. I hope you're doing really good, that you're healthy and joyful. I'm here to do Capricorn June Tarot 2025. I'll be using Major Arcana, Rider-Waite Smith, Osho and Tarot, and I'll do one clarification with it. Woman Oracle. I'll use Prism and I Am Shadow and Light for the decans, first, second, and third. Love department with the angel oracle and divine connection at the end to have final energies. All right, let's do it. I hope you had a good May, Cappy, and can't wait for June because cray readings, very intense, guys. Yep, which is normal. June is sort of like we assess. It's half of the year, so it's totally normal. If you do speak French or understand French, Capricorn, I do have a French channel. It's in the About section. And the readings over there are completely different. It is absolutely not a copy and paste of this channel. Therefore, it is very much complementary. And right before your birthday season, a week and a half prior or 2 weeks prior, you'll have your magazine coming out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link next to my picture on that channel. It's free. You can click and you'll see. Right now we have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's in French and English. Everything is ready on the website. And I did actually a video exclusive astrology collection. So it's a 1-year project. But of course you can, buy a gift to another sign that you know. All right, Cappy. And of course the French channel, it's free. There's no commercial and such. Gemini in the house. Okay. Sagittarius in the house. Okay. Wow. All right, guys. So, duality. Okay, Capricorn. So, in the recent past, we're going to start with this because it's very important. You have an 8 of Cups. So, you took accountability to decide on something very precise. Okay? Something precise that... it's clear. You're serene, you're peaceful with it, and you're just like, okay, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to be connected to this person, to this job, Anyways, you're turning and you're just like, okay, bye. But duality is here with the Lovers. So you're not so sure. I think you made a decision, but then after maybe it's like a craving, Oh my God, why did I stop that? I love it so much. Why did I decide that? So there's a total duality in June, even though you had that 8 of Cups. So you got to go back to anchor yourself and really make sure that you are going to do this or that. Consciously. Consciously, you're having fun in June. Consciously, you want to do a bunch of stuff. You want to laugh. You want to be in the good vibe. In the good vibe in June. You want to play. You want to pre-game. You want to game. And unconsciously, inside of you, you are ready for a new adventure. You are ready for a new vision. Go check if your Jupiter or Mars is in Sagittarius. Now, your challenge is to allow yourself to receive. Your challenge is to activate a bunch of stuff to receive. To receive gift from different situations and gift from a lot of stuff, So it is crucial. It is crucial to allow yourself to do that in your life. But that's why the duality is here. You're blocking yourself. You're blocking your energy. It's not anybody else. It's yourself. Because, yeah, you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You're just like, oh my God. Oh. You know, it's like a total fog right now. Even though you want to play, you want to have fun, you have a new vision, but you're not so sure. So anchor yourself and make sure that you're a cardinal sign. So it's sort of normal. You start a thing and then you don't finish. And you're just like, oh, okay. All right, why you have that 8 of Wands? 9 of Wands, sorry. Let me clarify the 9 of Wands and why you have it. There we go. Yep. Well, I know why. All right. 9 of Wands in the near future is the result of this duality. Because you're doubting. You know, Bob here. Bob has the 9 of Wands. Okay. But the last one is just like, I'm doubting about what I'm doing. Oh boy. Okay, I got 8 Wands. I finished it, but am I on the right path? And here we go. Stress. Yep. Fog in your brain. This is exactly what I was telling you. This is because of the duality. You're doubting as F. Okay. And the answer is to go back to source. What is back to source? What does that mean? It's here. Umbilical cord. A fruit. There's a seed. So you need to go back to this. What nourishes you? When you get up in the morning, what makes you excited and happy? You want happiness, remember? So you got to remember, Capricorn. Cut the chaos. Be alone, in silence, in nature. You'll have the answers. And if you observe very closely, you'll have some signs. Now, the outcome is to get the F out. The outcome is to do your thing, but the thing that nourishes you. And say bye-bye to something, to someone, to a place, to a bunch of stuff. Of course it's going to be hard. Of course you're scared. But when the machine and when you do the first step, poof, it's easy peasy. But of course we're scared. It's normal. It's an emotion. What's not normal is to obsess about this fear and to make it a mountain. That's not normal. All right, let's do the decans. First, second, and third. And if you're on the cusp, you're very lucky. You have 6 messages instead of 3. I love your reading. I love your reading. I'm going to tell you why. Because it's extremely clear and you have all the answers right there. And I'm not you, so you got to figure out what's up without the chaos and be alone. You know, it's funny when people are like, yeah, I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to stop doing that. And then they got off from work and are not capable to go home alone and recoup. And no, they go out. And they just said, oh, I got to stop, I got to stop smoking. I got to stop drinking. And you go out? Okay. It was just an example, guys, okay? Don't put words in my mouth. All right, first decan. You want what you effing need. Get lost once in a while, get lost and come back fresh, and growth. There we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you want growth, if Osho is telling you to go back to source, You gotta get lost once in a while, get lost and come back fresh. Not going out because you're afraid to be alone after work. I think silence freaks you out, Capricorn. A few of you, of course. It's so weird. You're Earth sign. Earth is your element. So you really gotta make a point to, okay? The rest are excuses. You know, it's like the people who say, well, you know, I get up at 7 and I go to work at 8:30. And it's like, okay, I'm always late and da 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 da. And you're like, okay, well, you know, there's one solution if you're always late. Instead of getting up at 7:30, you get up at 7 because you work at 8:30, or you get up at 6:30. Oh yeah, but no, I'm not a morning person. Well, how do you know you're not a morning person? You're not a morning person because you're telling yourself you're not a morning person. You know what I mean? Like, if you were getting up at 6 o'clock every single morning, you'll see your body get the thing. You know, you just say, okay, yeah, ooh, wow, it's not that hard. Yeah. And what did you do last night? Like, did you, you know, like, you gotta, okay, you got the draw. Second decan, be loud, but inside. Otherwise, keep quiet until you get what you want. You're not alone. And abundance. Here we go. Your challenge, remember, is to allow yourself to receive. Abundance is not just money. Abundance is everything in your life. Gifts in your life that you can receive, that you can allow. But if your energy is blocked, it's blocked. And why? Because you have the same problem as the Sagittarius. You are not alone and you can ask help. Do not be in your pride, glued with pride. This is your problem here, Capricorn. And be loud, but inside. So stop blah, 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 blah. Third decan. Don't be discouraged. Always believe in your dreams. You drew joy from your faith. And Scorpio here. So, once for all, remember the outcome is to say bye-bye. Yeah, leave the past in the past. If you decided to change your activity, if you decided to move out and do something else, well, move out and do something else. This is it. Leave the past in the past. You are transforming yourself here in June. And don't be discouraged. Always believe in your dreams. Your dreams, not someone else's dream. Unless it's your dream too. But do not sacrifice your career. Do not sacrifice what you want to do for another project that does not belong to you. Unless you want to stop your activity, do study and educate yourself and to be part of another project. Okay? But make sure this is something you want to do. All right, the love department, guys. Capricorn, if you're in a relationship, let's see what's up. Do not sacrifice yourself. Find solutions. Make choices that belongs to you. All right, if you're in a relationship, Capricorn. Addictive behaviors are affecting your romantic life. The person you are meant to be with will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. And the separation you are experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. Yep. So clearly, you know, it's kind of weird, Cappy, because I just talked about a very specific subject right before I shuffled the cards. And this is exactly what it is. Do not sacrifice your dream for someone else's dream. So make sure if this person is telling you, oh my God, it would be so great if we could collaborate and move and do this together, if you don't want to do it. So this is very clear here. This is exactly what it is. So if you need to take a break, if you need to reassess what's up, you got to anchor yourself and you got to do your thing. And really like I was telling you, silence to try to figure out. All right. If you're single and happy, let's see what's up. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. They're stopping this relationship from blossoming. Playing negative scenarios in your head is creating issues which weren't there at first. Yep. So if you're single and happy, well, I think you got the drill here regarding a bunch of stuff. Well, first of all, why are you single and happy? Did something happen prior? Are you just disappointed? Are you're like into your career right now? You know, there's a bunch of stuff that you need to assess. And maybe possibly you met somebody that you might like more than other people if you're dating a lot, if you're on an app or whatever. But you also know, I hope you do now with the experience, you can see the red flags. You can try to figure out the red flags. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. All right. If you're looking for love, Cappy, let's see what's up. Looking for love. Yes, this person is your soulmate. Your connection is sacred. You will attract love by enjoying your life as it is. Wherever you are, be all there. And know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. Yeah. Well, if you're looking for love, it's the same scenario over and over. It means that maybe you have a connection with someone, but soulmate doesn't mean that you're gonna get married and have kids. No, soulmate is just someone that you appreciate, and everything is fluid and everything is great. And you gotta have a social life. You gotta have a life. You gotta have activities. It's not sexy if you're not doing anything. You don't have a life. It's like when a friend of yours is asking you the preference for something and you're absolutely incapable and you're like, oh no, just I'll have whatever you have. And it's like, really, dude? You don't have preferences? That's not sexy. Not sexy at all. All right. Divine connection. For the final energies for you, Capricorn. Okay. Yeah. So there's a sort of a tower moment here, Cappy. So literally, you gotta decide to activate that tower. You know something is not stable, therefore, it's exactly the same example as a roof over your head or your car. If someone tells you, hey, you got to take care of your brakes because, it feels like the percentage of your brakes in the back are not that good. And you just say, oh, yeah, it's fine, and then boom, So it's exactly what it is. Something is not stable and you sort of know it, in the back of your brain, but you're not, but also there's you got to forgive yourself also regarding a bunch of mistake that you made. We all make mistake, and that's why you got to activate that tower, Because if you don't, well, it's going to knock at your doors. But, you know, when the Tower activates itself, it is very necessary. And that's what people do not understand. It is necessary. You were like in La La Land with the pink glasses, and you're just like, doo-doo-doo. And the Tower is here to be like, hey, bro, hello. Do you realize what's up? This is exactly what it is. So you got to do some shadow work, some forgiveness work also. Forgive yourself because we're not perfect. Perfection does not exist, and you make mistake. But don't do this, you know. Oh my God, I made so many mistakes. Oh my God, no, thank you. I'm so grateful for these mistakes. I am so grateful for this experience. But now I'm starting from fresh. I'm starting from zero because I need to shake that towel and build on a solid foundation. This is exactly what's happening, Capricorn. Wow, it is beautiful, Cappy. I hope you'll get the drill. I am not gone from my channel. I'm always on my channel. I wish you an amazing June. Explore the channel, and worst case scenario, I'll see you in July. Ciao, ciao.